Hello everyone, today we are here building a tropical grandparents retirement home. That's kind of a mouthful, but the reason why is it's for my save file that I'm building. If you're new here, welcome. I'm TrickTomboy. I'm building a Sims 4 save file. I'm super duper excited about it. I'm putting a lot of time and quality effort into it. Hopefully you can see that throughout the speed build. I'm very detailed when I'm building and I'm making all the Sims and I'm putting a lot of detail into the story. If you watched earlier in the week, I actually made a cast with not only the Sims that live in this house, but also their child, son-in-law, and then their 4 grandchildren as well. They're quintuplets. That's why their last name is Quinn for the grandparents. I thought it would be kind of like a fun little nod to the fact that they were going to have quintuplet grandchildren. So this house is built for them. This is in Sulani, which is kind of fun. I've never really built in Sulani before. It's completely new for me, and I've never actually gotten to use a lot of the island living stuff because I've never built a house in island living. Like, I might have built, like, a houseboat when it first came out, but I really wasn't that great at building then. Like, I'm no little Simsy today, but, like, I am getting to know my way around the build by menu. But as we go through this, I was super excited. I jump around a lot when I build this house though, and you'll see that a lot later because of the fact that I wanted to use a lot of that island living stuff. I went through the island living catalog and just plop-plopped a ton of different things into the game. So I kind of got the layout as well as made sure I was using all of the items that I wanted to use. We're still working on the outside right now, so let's talk about the actual build for a moment. I loved the outside of this house. I loved how the roofing turned out. I loved the little like sunroom you see off to the side. I've never used the pond tool before. Part of why I'm building the save file is I really want to get out of my routines, as well as I want to build and make content for YouTube, and I want to make content I'm passionate about, and part of that is building houses that I'm passionate about, and for me that includes building houses with a story. And my save file allows me to do that. So that's why we get the really detailed, super fun houses with Sims in there that kind of fill it and bring it to life. And it just makes sense. Like this house specifically, you're going to see 2 bedrooms upstairs. One is the grandparents' room, and the other one is like a bunk suite style for their grandkids. And so there's a ton of stuff in there for the grandkids to do. There's toys. They went all out decorating this room for their grandkids, and so it's really fun, and it really brings that story to life. This is where I start to jump around, so you're gonna see me place a ton of island living stuff, and then all of a sudden we're gonna start going around. Same thing, like I'm gonna go back and forth from the pond and not to the pond because I kept changing it because I wasn't really sure how much I liked it. Like I liked the pond, but I was trying to figure out how I wanted to decorate it. The answer was it needed more greenery. And so I kept going back and adding more to it throughout the build. Again, I've never really built with the ponds. I'd like to use them more. I think it's really fun. It adds a really fun element. When we eventually kind of go back to the outside, you'll see that sunroom is actually like hanging over the water, which I thought was a really fun touch for a lot in Sulani that didn't have beach access. There's not a ton of them. There's not a ton that are like fully on grass either. And so I thought that fit the lot really well, to kind of have that islandy vibe without necessarily being right on the beach. This is also a smaller lot. I want to say it's like a 20 by 20. So it's like a small square. And honestly, the house itself filled up most of the lot. I wanted to add more stuff outside. Like I would have loved to use like the bonfire pit. And I did not have room for any of that. And so we ended up just getting like a swing set outside, and that was it, outside of the pond and a couple planter boxes, which you'll see later. So the 2 Sims living here are obviously the grandparents. Their names are Eric and Aaron. Eric is actually really fun. He's super into gardening, and so if you were to download this house from the gallery, it actually has a ton of plants already set up for the house that are also fully evolved because obviously I own Seasons. Because there's some season stuff in the house, but Seasons broke gardening. I personally, ever since Seasons came out, have not been able to get a plant to evolve, like, naturally. And so I make my Sims tend for the plant for a little bit, and when I decide it's been enough time, I go through and I might cheat a little bit to evolve the plant. Listen, I'm sorry, not sorry. My Sims deserve it. I don't play with gardening all the time, and so when I play with gardening, I want it to work. You saw for just a second in the little sunroom thing, I wanted to have those like see-through tiles, but it screwed up the pond underneath. Like the pond, the water didn't show, which is such a weird glitch. I didn't realize that would do that. Like I know they work fine over the ocean, but they did not work for this build, so I sadly had to take them out. I was super bummed about it. I do end up liking how the little sunroom turns out later. It's like there's sunroom, reading room, there's gardening in there. And so it's just this really nice place for your Sims. This is me adding like reeds and stuff to the pond, and then I jumped back inside. I added the reeds thinking when I went into like play live mode, I would be like, I thought it would look different. I don't know why. I thought maybe the bases would go away, because right now it just looks like reeds sitting on top of the water and it doesn't look great. And so I thought if I went into live mode, it would look better, and I tried it in live mode and it did not. And so eventually that lake's going to get a complete overhaul. Those reeds will still be there, but I'm going to add a lot of grass, a lot of flourish, stuff like that. This shelving that I'm set up right now, I loved so much. I thought it was so cute. I love the cards on the top. I imagine the cards being like cards from their grandkids or their children. And I don't know, I thought it turned out really cute. I'm a big fan of clutter, and so I love cluttering up my builds because it just makes it feel like Sims actually live there. As we go throughout this build, this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. The bathroom downstairs is really big. We're going to put laundry in it later. I only show me really doing the downstairs bathroom because the upstairs bathroom is just like a 2x3, so it's not huge. And so it's just all the same items are up there, with the exception of I think I added like a couple bathrobes. You won't necessarily see that. Here's the pond. We kind of went back. Now we're going back and actually working on the gardening room. So I've gone through. I've plopped all of the furniture from Island Living that I want. I've got a layout of the house, and now I'm actually going through and decorating it. Those bookshelves that are in that area, I love them. I've been using them in all of my builds. They're from Growing Together. I am obsessed with them. They look so good in the game, and I always try to find another bookshelf to go there, and it never works. So the sunroom is probably one of my favorite rooms. I love the way it's set up. I think it's so cute. I like the plants. I love the bookshelf. I love this concept of having this little like sunny reading room. I think it's so fun and so cute. He has like a little flower arranging station. I really loved how I did this. You saw me just like take bushes that were off the lot, and I found the same bush in the plant menu, and I arranged them in a way so the bushes that were off the lot connected to the ones on the lot and like went under the patio a little bit. And I thought I was so smart for that, guys. Like I was like, wow, I really cooked there. So that was of all the things in this build, all of the new build styles and the new items I got to use and all the new things I tried, connecting the off the lot bushes to the on the lot bushes, that was like my crowning accomplishment. So just kind of fun. Obviously my Sims are gardener because there's a ton of plants all over the build. Oh, we are jumping all over the place just because I kept finding items that I wanted in other parts of the house. The price of having a super detailed house is when you find items and you're just constantly plopping them. If you've seen my other builds, I kind of do this a lot, if I'm being honest. Like, I jump all over the build all the time because I see an item, I'm like, oh, this would be perfect there, and then I'm hopping between floors, and we are kind of all over the place. So bear with me, my builds are never quite cohesive in the moment, but they turn out so great. Love them so much. It's so, sorry. I had so much fun building this house, and I'm kind of newer in terms of getting into the swing of my YouTube stuff, and like this in general, I'm just having so much fun with it, having so much fun building the save file. It's something I've wanted to do for so long. Speaking of YouTube stuff, if you are not new to my channel, hi, welcome back. If you are new to my channel, you won't get this. Go back and look at one of my other videos and you'll see, but I got a new mic, and this is the first video I'm posting where you can actually hear it. Please comment on if in terms of like the upgrade of it. I think it sounds so much better, and I'm so excited. I feel like that was the one thing I was lacking, was my mic quality, and I'm so excited to have like finally like fixed that. I'm kind of growing, updating. I've been working really hard to make my videos editing and just improve my quality of content. We are moving into the screenshots now though. With that, I hope you enjoyed the screenshots. I hope you enjoyed the build. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow for Roller Coaster Tycoon. Bye, guys.